strong bilateral relationship is also based on strong business and research and development linkages. Friends, going through the data in public domain, I could see that our bilateral trades and investment has increased tremendously in recent years, with trades increasing from $3 billion in 2016 to $4.6 billion in 2019. This growth is spectacular and can be attributed to increase in number of Swedish companies in India as well as Indian companies in Sweden. India is also third largest trading partner for Sweden in Asia. This shows our robust business ties. Friends, I am happy to note that the Swedish business presence in India is very old as well as diversified. The big names like Ericsson, Spotify, and Truecaller in IT sector, Volvo, Scania in automobile sectors, ABB and SKF in electrical engineering and artificial intelligence sector, and AstraZeneca in pharmaceuticals, Saab in defense are testimony to the strong Swedish business presence in India. Friends, Saab has collaboration with several Indian companies including Tech Mahindra, HL, BEL at Hyderabad, Tata Advanced Materials, Mahindra Aerospace, HL and CIM Tools at Bangalore. Friends, similarly, the Indian business presence in Sweden has also been increasing rapidly. Some of the big names being Bharat Forge, Wipro, Cadila Pharmaceuticals, Aditya Birla, HCL Technology, TCS, L&T and Tech Mahindra, etc. Friends, I am told that a strong institutional mechanism has been established to promote business linkages between the two countries. Our embassy in Sweden as well as Swedish embassy in India are both actively engaged in promoting these economic linkages through organization of events in host countries. Mechanisms like India-Sweden Business Roundtable and Sweden-India Business Council are contributing tremendously to this development. Friends, besides, there exists a range of MOUs and agreement for bilateral cooperation in the field of science and technology, healthcare, urban development, renewable energy, railways, polar science and defense. What I wish to highlight is that our bilateral business and government-to-government relations are on a strong institutional footing. India and Sweden Defence Cooperation MOU, which was signed during the European Union-India Summit under presidency of Sweden in November 29, 2009, had scope for exchange of expertise, training, logistics and maintenance, military technical cooperation, defence industrial and research development cooperation and exchange in UN peacekeeping missions. The Joint Working Group on Defence Cooperation, envisioned in the MOU, has also met in Delhi in December 2018. India and Sweden has also signed General Security Agreement in 2019 on the exchange and mutual protection of classified information, enabling a comprehensive partnership in all defence sectors. It is also heartening that the two Prime Ministers have reiterated that innovation for a more sustainable future is at the heart of the India-Sweden partnership. Critical areas of cooperation here include renewable energy, health and life sciences, startups, manufacturing, smart cities, urban transportation and waste management, each of which is potentially transformational in expanding our ties. Friends, I am glad to mention that over the past few years, the Indian defence industry has been galvanized through progressive policy and procedural reforms which has catapulted the industry to serve not only Indian requirements but also meet global demand. In this direction, FDI, liberalization, and improved ease of doing business has already attracted top defense companies of the world and have joint ventures in India. Further, Government of India has allowed foreign direct investment up to 74% through automatic route and up to 100% through government route, wherever it is likely to result in access to modern technology. The technology-centric FDI policy will enable Indian industry to collaborate with the Swedish industries in the field of niche and proven military technologies. The Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign envisages the defense sector to play a major role in India's economic growth. Several policy initiatives have been taken by the government which aim to create a long-term momentum towards the growth of the Indian industry. Friends, the Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020 pushes forward for higher indigenous content and further encourages domestic manufacturing and has provided a strong foundation for India to emerge as a defense manufacturing hub. These initiatives pave way for more Swedish-Indian partnerships for Make in India and Make for the World under various categories of the Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020. Such a partnership model shall also lead to increased participation of Indian vendors in the global supply chain through impetus on indigenization. Friends, the easing of FDI regulations and introduction of Buy Global Manufacture in India in DAP 2020 are invitations for the foreign original equipment manufacturers to participate in the opportunities offered by the Indian defense industry. The foreign OEMs can set up manufacturing facilities individually or partner with the Indian companies through a joint venture or technology agreement to capitalize on the Make in India opportunity. There is a lot of scope for Sweden and Indian defense industry for co-production and co-development. Indian industry can also supply components to Swedish industries. Swedish firms such as Saab already have a major presence in India, and I am confident that over Swedish firms will find India as a major investment destination for defense manufacturing. India has a vast defense industrial base with 41 ordnance factories and 9 defense public sector undertakings and expanding private sector industries supported by an ecosystem of over 12,000 micro, small and medium enterprises. Indian defense industries have expertise over a wide range of high-tech defense systems for air, land and sea and space applications. System of over 12,000 micro, small and medium enterprises. Indian defense industries have expertise over a wide range of high-tech defense systems for air, land and sea and space applications. The mission Atmanirbhar Bharat or Self-Reliant India of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, is about producing cost-effective quality products and in its core has the motto Make in India and Make for the World. Friends, I would like to mention that India has a robust shipbuilding industry with an ecosystem of world-class public and private shipbuilding companies. The ships constructed by Indian shipyards are of global standards and extremely cost-effective. Both the countries may collaborate in shipbuilding industry for mutual benefit. Continuing from our Honorable Prime Minister's address at the India-Sweden Virtual Summit, I once again take this opportunity to invite Swedish firms to invest in the dedicated defense corridors of Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, where they can benefit greatly from the unique incentives being offered by the state governments and the availability of the highly skilled workforce in India. Various sessions lined up in the instant webinar, I am sure, will serve as effective platform to bring the industries, government officials from both sides together to establish a strong connect for future partnership and convergence of strategic and commercial interests. Friends, I place my sincere appreciation towards the Society of Indian Defence Manufacturers, Confederation of Indian Industry, and the Swedish Security and Defence Industry Association, whose continuous efforts have strengthened our bilateral industrial cooperation. I am happy to note that on this occasion, SIDM and SOF are signing an MOU to promote bilateral defence industrial relations, wherein a dedicated joint working group will be formed to take forward mutual objectives. I wish both the organizations the very best for this endeavor. Friends, I also congratulate SIDM on launching a defence industry directory named the SIDM Members Directory, a 360-degree overview. I am pleased to know that this publication lists 437 companies operating in the Indian defence and aerospace sector, including major public and private organizations, MSMEs, and startups as well. The directory also contains information relating to the latest policies and procedures relating to the defence industry. As India changes gears to become a global hub for defence manufacturing, I am confident that this publication will significantly enhance the visibility of the defence industry champions to their stakeholders, including Indian and foreign governments, their defence forces, and the foreign OEMs. Friends, on behalf of Government of India, I would like to extend an invitation to a delegation at highest level from Sweden to India and have a glimpse of Indian defence industry and defence industry corridors. I am sure that a delegation from Sweden would find many areas of interest for further cooperation. Lastly, I once again thank all the dignitaries who are present here today for their active participation and wish the webinar a grand success. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
So we were listening to the